No one in town talks about the old Whitmore station. Trains don't stop there anymore. And if they did, you wouldn't want to get off. I had been driving all evening, chasing a story about forgotten places in the countryside. The fog was thick, pressing against my windshield like a living thing, muting the world outside. That's when I saw it, a faint glow through the mist. At first, I thought it was a gas station or a farmhouse, but as I drew closer, I realized it was something else entirely. A platform appeared, almost as if it had materialized from the fog itself. The wood was old and splintered, the paint long faded, but the sign was clear. Whitmore Station, Est, 1892. No tracks led to it, yet the structure stood perfectly intact, lanterns flickering weakly despite the windless night. Curiosity overruled my common sense. I parked the car on the gravel beside the platform and stepped out. The air was unnaturally cold, and a shiver ran down my spine the moment my foot touched the wooden boards. Every sound seemed amplified. The distant rustle of leaves, the creak of rotting benches, even my own heartbeat thundering in my ears. Then I heard it, the faint whistle of a train. My stomach dropped. There were no tracks. How could a train whistle be heard here? The fog thickened, wrapping around the platform, and for a moment I thought I saw movement. Shadows darting past the dim lanterns, human-shaped but too fast, too fluid. I stepped forward, flashlight in hand, trying to steady my nerves. The wooden boards creaked under my weight. I called out, half expecting an answer from the emptiness. "Hello? Anyone here?" Only silence answered. Then I noticed them. Figures in the fog, standing on the platform. People. Possibly. Their features were blurred, almost translucent. Faces frozen in expressions of fear and longing. They didn't move toward me, yet I felt their gaze burn through me, as if they had been waiting decades for someone to arrive. I backed up slowly, flashlight sweeping the platform. There was a train, or at least something shaped like one, emerging from the mist. Its metal gleamed despite the absence of tracks, windows dark, doors closed. I couldn't hear its wheels, couldn't see rails, yet I felt the vibration through the boards beneath my feet. A whisper carried on the wind, almost lost in the fog. "Get on, or stay forever." The words weren't directed at anyone else. They were for me. My pulse raced. I wanted to turn and run, but my feet moved forward almost on their own. I felt compelled to step closer to the train, closer to the shadows on the platform. My flashlight flickered, and I glimpsed their faces again, distorted, pleading, warning. One figure broke from the group, walking toward me with slow, deliberate steps. Its eyes were hollow, yet piercing, burning with an ancient intensity. I stumbled backward, tripping over a loose plank, nearly losing the flashlight. The train's whistle blew again, louder this time, echoing through the fog like a scream. I felt the air shift, thick and heavy, as if the station itself had inhaled. The figure reached out, impossibly fast, fingers brushing against my arm. Ice spread through my body, paralytic and sharp. I tore myself away, running toward the car, fumbling with the keys. As I started the engine, I looked back. The train had vanished. The fog was thinner now, the shadows dissipating. But the platform remained, silent and waiting, as if nothing had happened. That night, I drove miles away, yet the memory of Whitmore Station clung to me. Every creak, every shadow in the fog reminded me. Some places don't want to be found. Some places wait, and some places never let go. I couldn't sleep that night. The foggy image of Whitmore Station haunted my thoughts. The hollow eyes of the ghostly figures burned into my mind. I kept thinking about the platform, the train that shouldn't exist, and the whispered words, "Get on or stay forever." By midnight, curiosity overtook fear. I grabbed a flashlight and drove back, taking the winding roads under the silver glow of the moon. As I approached the location, the fog rolled over the fields like a living thing, thickening and coiling around my car. The platform was there again, emerging from the mist as if it had waited for me. This time, the figures were more distinct, dozens of them standing silently, watching, waiting. Their faces were pale, some frozen in expressions of horror, others twisted in pain, eyes hollow, but somehow alive. I stepped out of the car, my heart hammering, flashlight shaking in my hands. The air was heavy, filled with the scent of damp earth and something metallic, like blood. Then I heard it, the soft, rhythmic clatter of wheels. But there were still no tracks. The train glided into view, black and polished, steam hissing from unseen vents. Its windows were dark, but inside I glimpsed fleeting faces, passengers trapped in some eternal journey. The whispers surrounded me now, rising in volume and intensity. "Get on. Join us. Never leave." I tried to run, but my legs felt heavy, as though the fog itself was holding me. One figure stepped forward, a conductor, or what looked like one. His uniform was tattered, face skeletal, eyes glowing faintly. He extended a hand toward me, and I felt a pull, a force tugging at my very soul. Panic surged. I swung my flashlight at him, but it passed through him like smoke. The other figures began to move, floating silently toward me, their faces twisted in silent screams. I stumbled backward, tripping over the warped wooden boards. The train's doors opened slowly, inviting, almost whispering my name. Then, the unthinkable happened. The platform seemed to stretch, elongating unnaturally, as if the station itself was bending reality. Shadows twisted along the boards, forming shapes that shouldn't exist. Long, crawling limbs, faces merging with the mist, reaching for me. I backed toward my car, desperate. The conductor and figures followed, but I finally managed to climb inside, locking the doors. My hands shook as I started the engine, tires spinning on the wet gravel. I glanced in the rearview mirror. The train was gone. The figures had vanished. The fog was thinning. Yet I knew deep down it hadn't ended. Whitmore Station wasn't just a location. It was a trap, a living entity, waiting for the next soul to arrive. And I had seen it. The next day, I couldn't shake the memory of the station. Every sound, every shadow made me flinch. I tried convincing myself it was a hallucination, a trick of fog, headlights, and exhaustion. But deep down, I knew it wasn't. Whitmore Station was real. That night, the pull returned. My dreams were invaded by visions of the station. The train gliding silently over invisible tracks, figures reaching through mist, the conductor's hollow eyes locking onto mine. I woke drenched in sweat, heart hammering. Compelled by a force I couldn't resist, I returned to the station at the stroke of midnight. The fog was thicker this time, almost alive, swirling around my car as I parked. I stepped out, feeling the cold grip of fear and anticipation. The platform materialized before me, as if the night itself had called it into being. The figures were closer now. Their eyes followed me, and their whispers merged into one chilling command. "Step aboard. Join us. Forever." I hesitated. My mind screamed to leave, but my feet betrayed me, moving forward. The train was there again, more vivid than before. Inside, I could see dozens of passengers, faces pale, eyes wide with eternal terror. I realized then, they weren't dead. They were trapped, suspended in a limbo, forced to relive a journey that never ended. One figure emerged from the mist, the conductor. This time, I could see more. His skeletal face half covered in shadow, mouth twisted into a smile that wasn't human. He extended his hand again, but I saw something behind him. The platform bending, the station shifting, impossible angles forming as if reality itself were being rewritten. The whispers became screams echoing in my skull. Stay, belong, never leave. Suddenly, the train's doors opened wider, light spilling out like liquid gold. The figures pressed forward, but I noticed a pattern. The closer I looked, the more the faces seemed to distort, showing not fear, but hunger. For life, for souls, for escape. I realized then that the station didn't just trap people. It consumed them, feeding on their curiosity, their courage, their fear, and it wanted me next. My rational mind screamed to turn and run. I backed away, tripping over the warped boards, falling hard. My flashlight rolled, casting flickering beams across the platform. The conductor advanced, hands reaching, shadowy figures flowing around him like smoke. I made a decision. I couldn't stay. I couldn't let it claim me. I scrambled to my car, fumbling with the keys, heart pounding. As I started the engine, I heard a final whisper in my mind, chilling and intimate. You can leave. For now. But we will wait. The train vanished once more, as if swallowed by the fog. The figures faded. The platform remained, silent, patient, eternal. I drove away faster than I thought possible, never looking back, but the memory clung to me, a shadow in my mind, reminding me that curiosity has a cost, and some places are alive, and they remember. The next night, sleep eluded me. Every shadow in my room reminded me of Whitmore Station. Every creak in my house echoed with the ghostly whispers. I knew the station wasn't finished with me. Some invisible thread had tethered me to it, and I could feel its pull growing stronger with each passing hour. Unable to resist, I drove back once more. The fog greeted me like an old friend, thick and choking, swirling around my headlights. The platform waited, more vivid than ever, lit by lanterns that shouldn't be burning. The air was heavy, almost alive, carrying a metallic tang that made my stomach churn. The train was already there, doors open, a soft golden glow spilling out. Inside, the faces were clearer now. Dozens of passengers, eyes hollow, mouths open in silent screams, pressing against the windows as if begging me to come closer. Their hands tapped on glass that didn't exist. The conductor emerged from the shadows, skeletal and grinning, extending a bony hand. This time, I saw what I hadn't before. The walls of the station, warped and bending, forming impossible angles. The platform was stretching, the ground rippling like water. Reality bending around the train. The whispers grew deafening, echoing directly inside my skull. Step aboard. Join us. Forever. I stumbled back, heart hammering, flashlight shaking in my hands. The air itself seemed to thicken, making it harder to breathe. One of the ghostly passengers floated toward me, eyes fixed, reaching. Their faces twisted, showing not fear, but hunger. Then I remembered something from the diary of Eleanor, my friend who had survived a similar encounter years ago. Fear is your compass. Do Do not follow curiosity. Do not engage the station. I forced myself to turn, sprinting to my car. The conductor screamed, a sound that was not human, a blend of metal grinding and wind tearing through the void. Figures surged toward me, but I didn't look back. My tires screamed against the gravel, engine roaring as I barreled through the fog. For a moment, I thought I had escaped. Then, the whisper returned. Soft, intimate, almost satisfied. You can leave, but we will wait. And next time, curiosity will not forgive. The fog finally thinned. The platform disappeared, leaving only the empty fields. My heart pounded, my hands shook, and I realized the station had released me. For now, but it had marked me. I never returned to that road. I never spoke of Whitmore Station, but sometimes, on foggy nights, I hear the faint whistle of a train in the distance, and I feel the station watching, waiting, patient, eternal. Some places don't just haunt. They remember, they wait, and they never let go.